Hello and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. You join me tonight for another Tabletop Gaming Live, and this evening we'll be playing the 2 to 5 player board game Chrono Corsairs from Tasty Minstrel Games. If you're brand new to the channel, click the heart to follow the live Twitch stream weeknights Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 7 PM. Also, be sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon to receive notifications from YouTube for the latest videos and updates. And now, on with the show. On the cursed shores of Ouroboros Island, a fearsome time storm has wrecked several pirate ships in a desolate harbour. To make it worse, you've been cursed to live the same day over and over again, keeping only your memories intact until the storm subsides and the time portal closes. As the storm becomes more and more unstable, you'll explore deeper into the island's mysterious depths and find more of its treasure. Today didn't turn out like you planned. Don't worry, you can always do it differently next time. Each round, players will resolve the top card of the anomaly deck and place it in the discard pile. Next, everyone will simultaneously select and play one new plan card for the round, and then take turns performing their plans. Then you will hand out rewards to the players based on who has the most pirates in each area of the island. Finally, players will determine turn order for the next round, spend doubloons, and reset the board. Every round, the storm stability marker will move one space forward, plus one additional space if anyone played an unstable plan this round. When the marker reaches the last space of the track, finish that round and the player with the most time gems wins. Alright, let's see if Sarah is all set and ready. Good evening, Sarah.
Hello.
So the general idea of the game is area control. You want to get your crewmen into areas so that you have the most pirates within that area. The rewards for the area will be dependent on where the vortex actually is. The vortex, it starts with the opening, then it's the expanding, then the rippling, and finally the collapsing. So those are the 4 stages of the vortex. Depending on what stage we are in at that particular end of round will determine what rewards you possibly might gain if you have the most pirates within that area. You'll have seen that there's a number of tokens on the board, and these represent events that occur each day at the same time every day. So our day is sunrise, midday, dusk, and evening. So let's just point some out here. This is sunrise, this is midday, this is dusk, this is evening. At this moment in time, we do not know what those events are. They could be good, they could be bad. They are triggered when your pirates enter that area at that appropriate time of day. Once they have been triggered, we'll reveal, and then every day subsequently at that time, that event will happen over and over again. So it could be that you get yourself some doubloons every time heading to that beach during sunrise. There again, you could end up having a landslide occur at dusk in the jungle. At the beginning of each round, we have an anomaly card. And basically, I will read out what that card is, and depending at what stage the vortex is in, it will affect what that card actually does. You will typically get to find out what is going to happen the next day. So you want to remember that to be able to plan accordingly. I think the best way to start, first of all, is to show you what your equipment cards are to start off with, because each player starts with 2 items. Any equipment card that you collect and that you do not use is worth time crystals, and that's indicated down at the bottom of the card. So you may want to hang on to these cards because to win the game, it's time crystals that you need. They're the only things that do not get reset at the end of the day. There again, you may want to spend them and use their special abilities. All right, let's show you what equipment you have to start the game with them. Okay, so you have the Mask of Terror. So you also have a guiding compass. Phase 1, we basically move the vortex track by 1. So we move that straight away, and we read out the anomaly card. Where did everyone go? You wake up at the dawn of a new day, but something seems different. The usual hustle and bustle of the crew flailing through the island's hazards can't be heard in the distance. So each player puts a crew member back onto their shipboard and gains 3 doubloons. Now what we do is we take a look at what is going to happen at the beginning of the next round. So this is what you want to remember and possibly plan for. The ripples from the vortex have sped up time. Everything seems to be happening quicker, and you'll need to be sharper than ever to come out on top today. In flag priority order, each player draws 2 stable plans, chooses one, and puts it in any space on their ship mat. Discard the one not chosen. So this is a free draw of a plan before we even get started into that round. That's going to be quite cool. Phase 2 is draw and select your plans. So you're going to get a stable plan and an unstable plan. Now you're going to get to choose one of these plans. Basically, your plan of your day is that during sunrise, you will move one of your officers to an adjacent beach. At midday, you will move an officer to an adjacent jungle. At dusk, you will move an officer to an adjacent volcano. And at night, you will move an officer to an adjacent mysterious cave. So those are your basic actions. These plan cards that you've just picked up.
These are what we're going to place over them and do instead.
Exactly. And what you're trying to do, and this is what we found out as we played, is in this first round, you're going to push your pirates out into the island and try and achieve as much as you possibly can. And from that, with the decisions that you've made, you'll see just how far you can go. Into the second day, you're going to get yourself new plan cards. And depending where that plan card goes, you can see how it might affect your day. It might improve one aspect. There again, it might be to a detriment of another. But you're constantly, every day, refining, trying to push out more and more. So let's take a look at these additional plans that you now have. So this is mining. Mining is your stable plan. So move one of your officers to an adjacent volcano and then gain 1 time gem. And this is your unstable plan card. This is raiding party. So move one of your officers to an adjacent volcano and kill up to 2 enemy crew in that area. Now remember, if anybody uses an unstable plan during the round, it means that the vortex track moves on an additional space in the next turn. So as opposed to just moving once, it'll move twice. It will speed the game along to a conclusion.
Okay, then I guess that I'll keep the stable card.
Okay, so we'll get rid of that one. Where are you going to place it?
I will place it over the purple with stars. So dusk, the third one.
Okay, so you're going to put your card just there. I will draw up my cards. We've done phase 2. We've drawn and selected our plans. So now we go on to phase 3, running the loop. We start with sunrise. So you get to go first.
Okay, so I'll move everybody into the beach.
So moving one of your officers to an adjacent beach. So you're moving everybody into the beach. And straight away, that triggers the special event because we are doing this during sunrise. So we'll see what that happens. And you gain 2 doubloons. Goes over to me. I can move one of my officers to an adjacent beach. So I'm going to move all of my guys into exactly the same area. And I too gain 2 doubloons. We then move the track marker to midday. And now your plan is move one of your officers to an adjacent jungle.
Okay, so I will move one of my officers and 2 men to the piece below us.
Your officer and your 2 crew go across to there. I too can do the same action. I'm going to move all of my guys into the jungle. So now it is dusk, and you can now move one of your officers into an adjacent volcano and then gain a time crystal.
Okay, so the officer that we just moved, I'll move him and his men up to the dusk volcano.
And that triggers the dusk event. And you have been robbed. You've been robbed of 2 doubloons. I have on this an explore, move one of my officers into an adjacent jungle, then move one of my officers to an adjacent volcano. So I'm going to move one officer here with 2 crew. I'm going to move my other officer over here with 2 crew. And then it goes over to you, and it's move one of your officers into a mysterious cave. Unfortunately, you're not adjacent to any caves. So you actually can't do that plan. So since you can't do it, you gain 1 doubloon. And what I am going to do, I'm going to stay where I am. So I will gain a doubloon. So that is the end of the loop. So now we basically go round and we see what treasure we earn. You have the most pirates in this area. You gain yourself 1 doubloon. The volcanoes don't score yet. It'll be in the next phase of the vortex, which is the expanding phase. So they score nothing at the moment. Over to these guys. These guys, again, don't score because volcanoes don't at this moment in time. But this group here, they get to pick up 1 gear card. So we'll take one of those. And so now we set the priority to see who is going to be the first player. So what we do is we add up what you've got. You've got 5 coins and a time crystal, whereas I've got 2, 4, I got 6 coins. So in fact, you are in a better position than me. So you get to choose whether you want to be first or second player.
Second.
You want to be second? All right. So these swap over. And then finally, we outfit your ship. So you have 5 doubloons to spend. What would you like to do?
Now, if I choose to do the stable card, that means that I get to keep 2, or I only get to look at 2?
You get to draw up 2, but you only get to keep 1.
Okay, I want to do that.
So you're going to spend 2 doubloons to give you the option to be able to pick up 2 cards. You have 3 coins left.
Time crystal.
You want to buy a time crystal, all right.
Yep, it's a use it or lose it. That's the one thing I remember.
It's absolutely. Don't hold on to anything. All right, there we go. So I've got 6 tokens. So what I'm going to do is spend all 6 and boost up my stable card. I'm going to boost it up to 2, and I'm going to add 2 additional pirates into the harbour. So we then reset for the day. Everybody comes back. So it is the start of a new turn. Nobody used an unstable card, so the vortex track marker only moves 1 space. During this loop, during the evening, each player performs their plan 2 times. You go first. You get to draw up 2 stable and 1 unstable plan card. So this is crew rivalry. Move 1 of your officers into an adjacent beach. Push all opposing pirates in that space into a single adjacent space.
Okay.
This is explore. Move 1 of your officers to an adjacent jungle, and then move 1 officer into an adjacent beach.
Okay.
Incite mutiny. Choose a volcano and kill up to 2 enemy crew members in that space, and then gain 1 doubloon.
Okay, let's keep the crew party.
So you're keeping crew rivalry. Okay, where is that going to go?
The first space.
Yeah, I thought it might do. There you go. All right, I get to draw up 4 cards. Right then, and so we start with you.
I'll go to the beach.
Everyone off to the beach?
No, leave the rest in the water. Yes, put them all on the beach.
All right. Oh, there you go. You're all on the beach. You gain 2 doubloons. Well done. God, how do I carry all these guys? It's just too many of them.
How do you carry that much semen? Is that what you're asking? Because normally you would just use your hands.
All these seamen are like just slipping through my fingers. So I get 2 for the beach and 2 for my plan. All right. Over to you, Sarah. That was dawn. So we're on to midday. You got gather. Select a jungle, then move any number of your adjacent crew into that space and gain 2 doubloons.
Yeah, I guess move them all into the jungle.
There you go. And you gain 2 doubloons. I can move 1 of my officers into a jungle. So I'm going to move all of my guys into the jungle and then move an officer into an adjacent volcano. I'm going to move all my guys into the volcano area. It is then dusk. You can move 1 of your officers to an adjacent beach, and then you can move 1 of your officers into an adjacent jungle.
Okay, I'm going to move everybody into the adjacent beach.
So everybody into there, and then you can move to an adjacent jungle.
Okay, so we'll send both of the guys over there, and we will just leave behind 2 guys.
So you're leaving 2 guys on this beach, but everybody else is going to this far jungle over here, yeah?
And then we'll kill you 1 and kill me 1.
All right. So it's now my turn. So I can move an officer into a jungle. So I am going to move all of my guys into that jungle just there, and then move an officer into an adjacent mysterious cave. I'm moving all of these guys into the cave.
Don't you have to kill 1 of them?
Yep, quite right. He dies. Over to you. You have captain's orders. Move 1 of your officers into any adjacent space.
And there's no way I can win in that space.
Remember, you would come effectively 2nd place, so you would score 4 time crystals.
Right, but we get to do our last move twice as well, so...
We do indeed, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave 2 people in the space that I'm in, and I will move...
If you think about it, all you have to do is move 1 officer into that cave and you automatically get 4 crystals.
Yeah, but that also means that I have to give up a card as well.
Yes, you do. You have...
Which I'm okay with, so yeah, move 1 person in there.
Now you've got to move another officer, and you've got to decide how much crew you're moving and where you're moving that officer to. And you can either move to the beach or to either of the volcanoes. Now, these volcanoes, you're doing it at nighttime, so you've got the opportunity of triggering those events.
Yeah, let's move to the inner volcano with all but 1 person.
And we turn it over. Oh, You've been attacked by a wolf, and so you lose one of your guys. So he's dead.
Fantastic.
So that's the end of your go. So now I have my turn of a nighttime. Move an officer into an adjacent space. So I'm going to move this officer here and gain 2 doubloons. Okay, and now I can do it again. I'll just move a couple of guys into here because it doesn't actually affect things too much. All right, so that is the end of the day.
So does scoring start with the inner circles or the outer circles?
Start with the caves, then it's the outer, then it's the inner. So we sort that cave out. So I get first player win on this. I will spend a gear card and I'll take myself the 5. So you get yourself the 4. All right, so we then do the outer circle. This guy, he scores 2 doubloons. We then come to this area. So these guys, they get to pick up 2 gear cards and keep 1. You get to have 1 gear card. You got 2 guys in here. You get 3 doubloons. This area here, you now get 2 doubloons. Everybody comes back here. All right, counting up. I'm going to let you be first player still. Reset the day. Okay, we basically have the Heart of the Vortex. So the player with the highest flag places the Heart of Vortex token on any unoccupied space. Pirates may not move or be pushed into the space containing the Heart of the Vortex, and no rewards are earned. So then, where would you like to put the Heart of the Vortex?
Let's put it up in the cave up to the right.
The Crystal Cavern, yes. So that means nobody can enter that area.
Yeah.
What a rotter. All right. We then pick our cards. So it starts with you. You get 2 stable and 2 unstable cards. That is explore, move an officer to an adjacent beach, and then move an officer to an adjacent volcano. Something a little bit similar. This is move an officer to an adjacent jungle, then move an officer. This is raiding party. Move an officer to an adjacent beach and then kill 2 crew members. And this is fan out. So select a jungle area and then choose 3 crew.
Yeah, no, you can get rid of fan out.
So you're taking the explore, and where would you like the explore to go?
That first spot, please.
We are about to start, and I can tell you now that I took a unstable card, which instantly means that the vortex moves into the final stage, which is collapse. So it's the final scoring. This is the final round of the game. Starting with you then.
Okay.
You're doing an explore. Move one of your officers to an adjacent beach.
So everybody in the beach.
And then you can move an officer to a volcano. You get 2 coins, of course, for entering.
Everybody but 1 crew member into the volcano.
Which volcano?
To the left.
So everybody but 1 crew member to the left. There he is. Over to me. Raiding party. Move one of your officers to an adjacent volcano, then kill up to 2 enemy crew in that space. I am moving all of my guys into... I can't fit them all in. And I am killing 2 of your people. Okay. It is then midday. You got mining. Move one of your officers into an adjacent jungle, then gain a time crystal.
Okay, then do I still have my musket card?
You have your musket, so choose a space where you have an officer and kill 2 enemy crew in that space.
Bye.
Is that what you're going to use?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've killed 2 of my guys. But it's still your turn, and it is move one of your officers into an adjacent jungle and gain 1 time gem.
So I will move my officer to the jungle directly next to me on the outer rim.
How many crew would you want to take with you?
2. 3.
Yes, because you're going to lose somebody instantly because it is midday and somebody gets stabbed in the back.
And then I get a time crystal for that, right?
It does. Are you happy with that? Is that you finished?
My seamen are all over the board. Clearly, I'm finished. Yes! Okay, sorry.
All right, so move one of my officers into an adjacent jungle and then move an officer into a volcano. So they're all going there into the jungle, and then they are all going to move to the volcano, except for one dude. He's all on his own in there. All right, so moving across to dusk, you get to move one of your officers to a beach and then move an officer to a jungle.
An officer and a guy to the beach that's adjacent to me, like in the middle circle.
So you take an officer and a guy to the beach. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then you can do an officer to a jungle.
Okay, so then I'll take an officer and a guy to the jungle below me.
Right, that's your turn. My turn. So I can move a officer to a jungle and then an officer to a jungle. So then, I'm going to play a card. I am going to play Guiding Compass. Move one of my officers to an adjacent volcano. So now I'm going to do my actual turn. So I can do to a jungle and to another jungle. So there you go. I only want to do 1 movement. That's fine. Okay, so it is evening. Captain's orders, move one of your officers to an adjacent space.
I'll move my officer up to the beach.
Okay, you get 2 doubloons. All right, I am going to do my captain's orders, and I am moving my captain once over to that beach there, and then I'm going to play my Sands of Time card, which allows me to repeat a stable plan. So I get to do that captain's orders again, and I'm going to move those 2 guys over to there. And that's it. So here we go then. Let's start with this guy down here. He gets 5 time crystals all on his own. These guys get 6 time crystals. This guy, he gets 3. This one, so these guys get 5, and your guy gets 3. This guy gets 3, so these guys get 6. This guy gets 7.
I think you've won, monkey.
Oh, I don't know about that. This guy, it's still worth it. So you get 3 time crystals. He gets 1, and he gets to draw up 3 cards and choose one. These get 6, and you get 4. So, they come back. So everyone's back, everyone's happy, everyone's safe. Right.
Do we still get to purchase?
Yeah. So in essence, if you wanted to buy a town crystal, you could do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, here we go. Let's see what you got. So you got 58, all right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 52. Adding on, so you got what, 58, wasn't it? Yeah? 58? Mm-hmm. 59, 60, 61, 62, 63 points with your cards. What did I say? Did I say I got 52? 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. Have we just drawn? What score? I've got 58.
Yeah, that's how many time crystals I have.
Yeah, you've won. You've won. Yes, you got 62. So then, there we go. That's the end of the game. I like it. I like it a lot. it's just a case of getting your head around the whole Groundhog Day sort of idea of what you've got to do and what possibly is going to happen. There's enough randomness with some of the events that occur that keep the game fresh. But yeah, I think it's a novel idea and it's
it's a beautiful little game.
And artwork is delicious, isn't it? I mean, it's really nice,
it's
colourful.
It's a beautiful little game. It's nice and fun and bright, so it's not real dreary.
Well, congratulations on winning. Well done.
Thanks.
All right then, excellent. Thank you so much for playing, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and I look forward to playing another game with you in the future.
All right, so I guess for me, bye for now.
Okay, and so our thanks to Sarah for playing this evening's game of Chrono Corsairs from Tasty Minstrel Games. Yep, I like this game, lots of fun. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We'll be playing another exciting board game on next week's TFI Games Night. But until then, bye for now.